Alright, welcome back. Now, I had absolutely no idea what to record today, so I looked at some of my recordings and I figured out that I have a lot of unreleased videos. Now, recently I have been focusing on solo PvP, so I have been uploading mostly solo PvP, but I have a lot of fleet related stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to participate in some of the larger fleets that should happen in the next couple days, and hopefully they'll end up being fun. So today, besides PvP, I will also do a exploration realm alongside PvP. Basically my two favorite activities in the game. So yeah, it's been quite a interesting week. Kind of waiting to see when the anniversary update drops, since I think you guys already know. Well, I think most players already know what we can expect on the expansion. I call it an expansion update, since every anniversary they do something big. When have they released sleepers? Was that last anniversary or a little bit after? I kind of forgot, but I know that every anniversary is usually very big. Originally, Titans should have been released on this anniversary, but that didn't happen, or at least it doesn't look like it's happening. But we have maybe like a week from the big updates. Should be already known on the 14th of August. That's when they have unveiled the last big expansion last year. So quite interested to see what they will do this year. Now, am I going to be participating in the voyage ceremony? Not really sure. Last year we weren't picked. For whatever reason, our corporation wasn't picked, and that kind of made me angry, so I probably will not participate, since I don't expect that we will get picked. Not really sure how they pick the corps. I would just invite all of them and just do a couple-hour stream showing all the corps. I think that would be definitely a better option than to have the ceremony work the way it is working at the moment. So yeah, that would be my thought on the voyage ceremony. I'm probably not going to participate in it, but if my corp does want to participate, then I might join. But at the moment, that doesn't seem to be the case, at least so far. But again, I'll keep you guys updated on whatever new happens, since that's what I usually do. So in a couple moments we will start with the combat. Hopefully I didn't mix any old videos in this video. I know in some of the previous videos I accidentally mixed up some of the older stuff, and I think I might just go and edit that out on the editor right here, since I can actually edit the video after it is posted. So yeah, quite the interesting thing that I can do. Okay, so let's go to the first targets. Now we have a Macarial. I'm also flying a Macarial. My friend is also in a Macarial, so it is kind of a Macarial party here.
Warp drive active.
Of the Macarial does seem to be quite familiar. I would actually say that my friend used to play the Dormant Realm with them, so no idea why we are killing them now, but we are about to see what's going to happen. And there's also there's actually 4 Macarials in the system. 2 are friendly, 2 are neutral. One of the Macarials does recognize me, so they have docked, and I think they actually cancelled the mission. However, I'm not really entirely sure. Now I will let my friend to warp first, since my friend has a much faster and a much more developed Macarial, with a very good nanocore, so that no ship can escape. And I'm basically support. adding the the little bit of DPS that I have. Well, when I say a little bit of DPS, I still have about 10,000 DPS on Macariel. Used to have, I think, 17,000, but the barrage implant has been nerfed over time, and I'm actually kinda glad that they nerfed the barrage implant. That implant really needed to be nerfed. Now, where is my friend? Oh, okay, I see what's happening. My friend actually went to change the build. Oh, okay, that seems good. Now, usually my friend does the tackle, and I'm basically the support slash DPS. And I usually fit my Macariel when I am in a fleet with triple webs. However, having a scrambler in most cases is very useful. When I am flying solo, I like to have triple scramblers, although sometimes I don't fit scramblers because I either forget or just doesn't have to use a 3 scrambler build. It really depends on the targets. If I am going to engage, let's say, a faction cruiser or a faction battleship or something expensive, I'm definitely going to equip some extra scramblers. But you know, when the target is in something that's impressive, like a battleship, like a tier 9 battleship, I am going with this build, and I honestly really do like this build. The Macariel with triple webs can easily track even cruisers that do get accidentally within the web range of the Macariel. Okay, we are preparing to warp. I thought that my friend went to the mission, to the enemy location, but I guess they didn't. They had to change the build, which is fine. I was waiting at the planet. Alright, now we are going in.
Warp drive active.
I usually try to... I mean, it really depends on the situation. Sometimes I try to warp first, but in this case, if I accidentally land first, we might miss the target. So teamwork is always key to victory, and I am a team player, so I have to try to do my best. Now, I had this weird error when I locked the target because I had to reinstall the game on my device because it was really bugged and really glitched out. But this Macariel seemed like they didn't have any tank, and based on the distance it looked like this Macariel was a sniper, which is perfect. There is something, I mean, I probably said this a couple times before, but shooting down snipers is always satisfying, especially when it is the same ship that you're flying. Well, this was kind of a PvP snipe build. Okay, interesting. Although not entirely the build that I would use, but it did look like it was a sniper PvP build. Well, that was a nice catch, and somehow I got the kill. Usually that doesn't happen, but you know, I guess I did get lucky with this Macariel. I had this ship for a very long time, and I honestly do like the Macariel a lot. It's a very fun to fly ship.
Warp drive active.
Now the kill wasn't that impressive. I mean, what was the price on the Macariel? I have to check that for a second. What was the price on the Macariel? I see, okay. So the Macariel kind of became a bit cheaper than usual. Well, at least this Macariel was cheaper than usual. I see that the price is like 3 billion. So that was a very cheap Macariel. But in any case, I'm not complaining. A faction battleship kill is a faction battleship kill. Now, what do we have here? Always, never too late to take a good screenshot. Could be potentially a thumbnail. I've had a lot of issues with the thumbnails recently. Haven't managed to find a good one, or to make a good one, since, I don't know. I used to make so many good screenshots lately I didn't make any good screenshots. That's yeah, it's something that I need to find a solution to. No, the next I have no idea what the next target is. I'm just sitting here and waiting for my friend. I have the criminal timer from one of the previous targets. Oh, well, that's a battleship. Okay, that's a big battleship. Well, technically, you know, Macariel's technically a cruiser, but you know, we don't talk about that much, since you know Macariel is kind of a big cruiser trapped in a battleship. Oh, we have a Raven. Okay. Now something very funny happened with this Raven. This was basically recorded a couple hours before we joined back the alliance, and the Raven at the moment here was neutral, but later on they became blue.
Warp drive active.
And it was kind of awkward since I was in the Ortus waiting for them, and when they came back they were blue, and I was just sitting there, and yeah, in order to avoid the blue on blue I just let them go. But this Raven did kind of warp out for some reason. I don't know why they warped out. Perhaps they warped out because of the new wave, which is, you know, a tactic a lot of players do use. So we missed the Raven in this moment here. So my friend warped to the belt. I will follow.
We're under attack.
This was a very lucky Raven. I mean,
Warp
the
drive
Raven pilot had a lot of luck. He escaped first time when we engaged. Escaped the second time when I went solo with the Macariel because I messed up the warping, and they escaped the third time because they became blue. That's a lot of luck for that one Raven. Okay, let's just wait out the criminal timer and then we can go to the next target. I don't know how many PvP videos I have included, hopefully enough, since PvP is my favorite thing in the game. Okay, what do we have here? We have the Macariel guys. Oh, they were in the local, not anymore. Seems like we have a prophecy. Okay. Well, let's wait for the team to assemble. Waiting at the planets, and then once we are assembled, I mean, I can go and basically solve the prophecy, but I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be a non-team player. If we are already in a team, let's just play like a team. Teamwork is, again, I value teamwork a lot, and EVE is a game that is meant to be played with other players, so let's just play with other players, I guess. Okay, my friends are now ready, since there's multiple of them. And it's waiting for the warp, and I have aligned so that I can land on the target as quickly as possible. The Celos is such a lovely ship to fly. My leg is kind of messed up. I realized yesterday that I have some holes in my muscles, basically. Somehow, I don't know how that happened, but my muscles are damaged a little bit on my leg.
Warp drive active.
I was wondering what the pain was. Now I know what it is. My muscle kind of broken, and it's been like that for years. No idea how it happened, but yeah. And on both of my legs I have the same injury somehow. Both of my legs are kind of well, not broken, but messed up in a way. Okay, joke aside, let's go back. Oh, well, that was nice. The prophecy died in exactly
Warp drive
5 seconds.
active.
One of the fastest kills that we had in a while. A lot of DPS on one prophecy. And based on the local chat, I would say that the prophecy is a little bit salty. Well, let's take a look at the kill. 229 million, not bad, decent. A large afterburn, not really sure why they have a large afterburn. And yeah, that's going to be a salty chat for sure. No, I haven't been flying the Revelation in quite a while. I actually kind of miss flying this thing. But I did manage to get some action with the Revelation. Now right now, since we have joined the Alliance, I don't really know what to do with this ship. I probably talked about it maybe a couple times in the past, but kind of, you know, not really sure what to do with this thing. It has maybe 4 or 5,000 kills or something, I don't know. And I kinda don't feel like selling it, although I could probably get some good ISK if I would sell it. The problem is, probably no one wants to buy it, because my ships are not, well, most of my ships that I used to build back in the day are not really contract or wallet friendly. Let's put it lightly at that, because as you know, I used to build some expensive ships, and this Revelation is one of the only remaining ships of the old era where I used to build bling. Now you might be wondering, well, that's not a big problem. It has a lot of value to it, and that's true. It does have a lot of value to it, but having a ship that costs a lot doesn't really mean much if you can't sell it. So if I can't sell it, then kind of worthless, you know, when you think about it, since you can't really make any ISK of it. However, I wouldn't really call it entirely worthless, because I really do like the ship, and I'm kind of attached to the Revelation in one aspect, since I had this ship for like, I don't know, a long time, and it is a ship that's
Warp drive active.
Friends that used to play the game. They got banned, unfortunately, for very dumb reasons, and kind of feels bad to sell a gift that you have been given from someone that's got banned in the game. So that's why the Revelation is still there. And now to the exploration part. So I talked about this before. I'll talk about this again, since I think I'm getting kind of trolled lately. A lot of explorers just don't clear all the sites, and that's kind of making me a little bit angry. As you will see, I think in the next like couple of clips here, I did find a lot of boxes, a lot of sites actually that contained a lot of different boxes, but 2 of the boxes would be looted, and the rest of the boxes would just remain in space. Now, I get it. I see why players would just, you know, loot the most valuable and then just go. But that's not really that productive in the longer run, since you could technically chain the sites if you are in a pipe system. If you find a site in the beginning, you can basically chain the sites as you go from system to system within the pipe. You can't chain the sites if you leave boxes open, since the site will not despawn if you don't clear everything. So if you run exploration, make sure that you clear all the boxes. Doesn't really matter what loot you get out of them. It's in null space. You are sure to get some good stuff. Now, I actually planned to show you my total worth of all the blueprints, chips, and stuff that I found in null space, but all that has been held to low sec, and my jump clone was on cooldown while recording this, so I'll probably show it next time. But I hold about maybe 5 billion in total worth Now that's basically counting the blueprints, and it is also counting everything else that I collected within the exploration run, and it also kind of does count the blueprints that I already built. Since I get the blueprints, I used to sell them, now I build them. Since I have a lot of materials, the materials kind of piled up, and since the materials did pile up, I decided that the best thing to do was to just go and build the thing, since it's in most cases when I did the math, it kind of seemed to be more profitable than just to sell stuff. There are some blueprints that you can build for very cheap and basically sell for a lot more than the blueprint is worth. So the module worth a lot more than the blueprint. That's what I'm trying to say. So based on that, I was doing a lot of exploration, and I mean I already got the Nestor from exploration. The Nestor that I got was made purely from exploration, from industry and exploration, combining both of them. And I got no idea what ship I'll get next. I haven't really decided on that at the moment. Hopefully it's going to be something interesting, and I'm really hoping that we do get more ships within the next year. Within the next year, or maybe there are some things that I'm not allowed to say. So yeah. But
Autopilot
I really hope for some
engaged.
interesting new boats that we
Warp
can
drive
fly.
active.
And that's all I'll say for now, because I don't know what I'm allowed or what I'm not allowed to say. I have been very accurate with my predictions in the previous videos, to the point where I was a bit worried that it would get the wrong, let's say, idea to the developer team, since I'm not a content creator who is breaking NDAs. Now we had some very oh my god, yeah. When you join a big alliance where apparently everyone knows you for for some reason, although I'm quite sure that at one point I have destroyed most of the alliance members that I have, but kind of funny when some of them recognizes you, and when they start posting their losses in alliance chat, and when I click on them, I figure out that I killed them. It's always kind of funny to see that, and when it's also funny, it's kind of can kind of make players worry. I mean, I did kind of worry at first that I'll get blown up the second I step foot in the alliance, because I know for a fact that we destroyed a lot of their ships, and so far they seem pretty chill, and I'm actually very happy that they're chill. They're very chill with it. I'm chill with them, and so far we had a lovely time. Cannot be said about some of the other alliances that we tried to join before. I'm gonna say that, not gonna say any names, but not all of the alliances that we tried to join were happy with me being in their alliance. Some of them were really salty. So yeah, let's just leave it at that. I already talked about it before, but it's always funny to mention it again, since it's kind of funny. I mean, it is funny when you think about it, since imagine killing so many ships that some alliances don't want to have you there. Although we could actually help them a lot, since we have a lot of experience and we do pack quite a punch with our fleet. So always a nice thing to have extra capitals on your hand, especially when there is a rumor of a new, let's say, server war happening. That's what I've heard. heard only rumors, but I mean the last server kind of already ended a while ago, so not really sure what the next one can bring. Good chance that I'll participate in the next one, since I kind of did miss the big fleet related stuff, and kind of did miss to do some new things in the game. No, so far the exploration has been doing really well. I mean, I'm not complaining about the loot. It is funny how I managed to turn a 8 million site into 80 million when I built the stuff. Now, not all the time, but the sites have been paying really well lately, and I think I'm trying to figure out if I was able to actually make more risk by making the loot. If I were to, if I was building blueprints from day one of the release of exploration, because I used to only sell blueprints, and now I'm thinking if I made a loss. Although back then the industry and the overall exploration was different, and I believe the blueprint was almost
Warp drive
the
active.
same cost as the module itself, or as the rig itself. So I think back then when I did the math, I figured out that it was just less of a headache to sell stuff. At the time I wasn't really interested in the industry aspect of the game. Now I'm all over the industry because it's actually quite profitable and it's very fun. Well, very fun. I don't have an alt for industry. I'm thinking about using one of my alts for industry, but haven't done any moves on that yet. Doing everything on my main account so far. I mean, my main account has been doing really well, and my main account has skills for not everything, of course, obviously not everything, but my main account has skills for a lot of things, mostly combat, and well, exploration, and then there is industry, the latest branch that I started to develop. Obviously my industry skills are not the best, still have a long way to go with the skills, but so far for what I have to offer, it does seem to be quite profitable and does seem to be really good. No complaints on that aspect so far. Now mining, obviously I don't mine anything. Would be, you know, it's the end of the world when you see me in a covetor mining in a belt. So as long as you don't see me in a mining ship mining belts, you know the world ain't ending anytime soon. However, I had ideas to actually go and take, what was it? Not the Orca. What was the other thing called? A Covetor 2. I had plans to take the Covetor 2 and basically do PvP with it. However, I figured out that I will have to get skills for industrial ships. I used to have them, but I skilled out of them at one point for some of my current skills. So yeah, one of the things that I will probably have to fix at one point, if I want to fly these things, of course. But for now, it's not a big problem. I mean, I have the Battle Venture, and one of my goals that I haven't accomplished yet was to kill a Balgorn with a Venture. Now, I killed a Balgorn with a Stabber. I killed a bunch of ships with some weird ships, with non-combat ships, but my goal that I haven't accomplished yet was to kill a Balgorn with my Venture. That would be hilarious. I believe that would be actually quite hilarious, and hopefully I manage to pull it off at one point. Well, I mean, the exploration part is very nice.
Warp drive
I
active.
would love to talk about and speculate about some of the things that might be coming, but the fact that I was so accurate makes it a bit not really the time for it to talk, but how do I put this without breaking any NDA? Let's just say very soon we might get, we might get some, let's say, extra exploration sites that might be something totally fresh and totally new. I think that falls in the speculative area quite nicely. Oh, okay, since it's only speculation, nothing confirmed yet. Since it's something that should follow based on what's coming. It's, you know, a bit difficult to put things into words that you're not allowed to talk about, but you can kind of make it vaguely available so that it doesn't break any rules. And I'm looking forward for what we might get, because I mean I'm all in for new exploration. I'm all in for new PvE as well. I'm in for all the new stuff that the game can get, and I think it's not what players expect. Well, they expect something that's they don't want to see, and I would say finally in a while players might be nicely surprised by what's up ahead.
Warp drive
Probably,
active.
here, 4 sites, 1 exploration site. Lovely. Well, actually, 1 signal was the signal that might be worth doing. Everything else just not of interest at all. When I say not of interest, I mean you can still farm a lot of ISK by, you know, running the mining sites. I've heard mining became quite interesting lately, but again, I hear talking in the background. There's no one with me here. Like I don't know if the microphone picks this up, but I can kind of hear something talking. It's not me, and there is no one in the room. Kind of spooky when you think about it, because I have no idea what's happening. I'm not joking when I say that my house might be haunted. Lovely. Anyway, back to the video here. If you hear anything that's not my voice on the microphone, do please tell me, because I would love to have a confirmation that it's that I'm not going crazy here. But I don't know. The microphone picks up all sorts of stuff. You'll be surprised. I mean, I'm just gonna mention my friends when we were in voice chat. They heard some funny stuff in the background that I didn't hear, and if they watch this video, they'll definitely understand what I'm talking about here. So yeah, spooky stuff happening. Whoops, almost broke something here for a moment. Anyway, I think this might be the last site for this video. Been a good run, honestly. Lovely exploration run, lovely PvP run. Been fun from start to finish. Hopefully next week we get some new announcements on the upcoming anniversary update and on the big patch, big update, because I really do want to talk about it. And when that time comes, I'll definitely talk about it, since it should be quite fun. And let me open the last box. The last box of the side. There we go. Nice. Alright, well, that was a lovely run today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Was definitely something a little bit different. Not something that I usually do, but you know, I thought about doing something different, and well, Heavily look forward to see the upcoming, I guess, not change, but the upcoming new stuff that I plan to do. Should be quite fun. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, fly safe. As always, I'll see you next time.